Welcome back. This is a live look tonight at Queen Elizabeth's coffin lying in state at Westminster Hall, and thousands of mourners waiting hours and hours in line to honor the late monarch. Just hours ago, President Joe Biden and the First Lady paying their respects to Queen Elizabeth II, the first family in London for her funeral, which will take place tomorrow. Today, the Bidens signed the official condolence book for Her Majesty and were invited to attend a reception hosted by King Charles III. And new tonight, Prince William and Kate's children will attend Queen Elizabeth's state funeral. 9-year-old son Prince George is now second in line to the throne. He and his sister, 7-year-old Princess Charlotte, will walk through Westminster Abbey with the royal family in procession behind the Queen's coffin. News Nation's Katie Corrado is live for us in London tonight following the Queen's funeral. And Katie, hundreds of world leaders are also expected to be attending tomorrow.
Yeah, Natasha, and as you can imagine, security is extremely tight. A lot of the streets in London are now closed down. We had a difficult time navigating today because so many of those world leaders are now here. Not only President Biden and the First Lady, but the prime ministers of Canada, of Ireland, Australia, New Zealand. They're all here coming to pay their respects. And we know that tomorrow there are going to be 2,000 people attending the funeral service inside of Westminster Abbey, and that security is going to be extremely tight. This is actually going to be the biggest police operation in UK history.
Oh. And can you
had us to the castle for tea, and we were joking crimpets. She kept offering me more. I kept eating everything she put in front of me. But she was the same in person as her image. Decent, honorable, and all about service.
And Natasha, that was President Biden speaking earlier today, making remarks about the Queen after taking a moment of silence, paying respects inside Westminster Hall, where her coffin now lies. And there are still people filing in to pay their respects. The queue has now been closed down, but people will be filing in to the hall through 6:30 this morning. That is when the Queen's lying in state period will end.
All right. Well, Katie, can you tell us a little more about the queue today? What was the line like today? What is the mood of the people who were waiting so many hours to pay their respects?
Yeah, so the mood continues to be one of, it seems, camaraderie, a shared sense of allegiance to the monarchy. And from what we heard talking to people in line yesterday, they were making friends with other people in line, that it was a very jovial mood when they were in line. And then once they got into Westminster Hall, that mood very quickly shifted to one that was somber. Some people told me that they became emotional and overcome, and they didn't expect that. A lot of people walking out in tears yesterday. So a very big difference between what it's like for people in line versus once they come out of Westminster Hall. And at one point this evening, city officials were telling people, do not try to get on the line anymore. Don't travel here for it, because we are going to have to close it. And they did close it a couple of hours ago. So those people will now just be the final ones to file in overnight to pay their respects.
All right, Katie Corrado, live for us in London. Thank you so much for your report.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.